Hi, this is Sweet June. How's everybody doing today? Coming back at you with another video. It's Friday, uh, February 11th, 2021. Out and about, take care of my business. It's not too bad out here weather-wise. Sun is shining. That makes the winter a little bit more bearable. It ain't too bad out here. So, hoping everybody is doing good and having a blessed Friday. I was looking at this video. I just feel like this is something I need to address. I was looking at this video. Cynthia G was doing this video about, um, if you're not familiar with Cynthia G, she talks a lot about, she used to talk about white supremacy a lot. Now she's more talking about things, more talking about the black community, talking about, she talks more about black men and, interracial relationships, black men, how they be hating on black women and this things of that nature. Um, she's been under fire because black men are accusing her of bashing them. And she doesn't balance her content out. I think I said in one of my other videos that she needed to balance her content out. She just doesn't balance her content out, so that's why she's being accused of that. Um, anyway, with that being said, she did a video the other day. I don't know if it was done today or it just came up on my thing today. I didn't get a chance to look at the whole video, but I was gonna show it on TV, show the video on my phone, show it on the TV. But I'm afraid I'm getting in trouble. I'm afraid I'm gonna get in trouble. I, I ain't gonna go there, so I couldn't show the video of what she's talking about. All I can do is tell you about it. But it's a video where there's a caregiver on there, and she's a Ghanaian. She's from Ghana. She's an African lady. She is evidently, apparently, she's a caregiver, and she's showing. I guess she took a video of her. I don't know if she's a home care provider or she works in a care home, or I don't know what the situation is. I don't know if she was in this lady's home or she was working in a facility. I don't know what the situation is, but she videotaped, or she videotaped. She recorded the lady, her interaction with her resident or a patient, client, or whatever the situation is. And the resident was being a little combative. She was being a little combative, and and she did another clip of the the lady spitting on her, elderly lady that she's a caregiver. She was fixing a meal. She was preparing a meal, and the lady was telling her to get out and all this stuff. Being combative and being belligerent. And she showed another clip of the lady spitting at her. And this Cynthia G was trying to make the point that, because she's been doing a lot of videos telling black men that, basically talking about interracial relationships, saying that black men, that they have issues with white women, trying to prove the point. That's not what I'm talking about, but she's trying to prove the point that white women, they have issues with white women as well as black women, which I'm not trying to go into all that, but I'm just trying to explain to you the nature of some of her content, what she talks about. So I guess she's trying to apparently she's trying to prove the point that she's talking about how, giving an example of how white women can be, how some white women can be. I guess that's what the point that she's trying to make in the video. She's trying to make, it's a race thing. She's trying to talk about how white women can be and she was saying something about black women putting up. People think black women put up with everything and something like that. I didn't watch the whole video, but it's to that nature. That's the point that she's trying to use that video to prove. I wrote in the comic section, I said, I don't know if this is a good example of the narrative, her narrative that she's always trying to prove, that she's basically trying to prove to black men. I think she said something about black men is trying to use that video as telling black women that, trying to prove a point to black women. And to my honest opinion, I just had to address this because I thought that was a little disturbing because, first of all, this lady wasn't a caregiver. I've seen just a lot of things wrong with that picture. First of all, because I used to be a caregiver, might be again. I used to do home care and I worked in assisted living and AFC. Okay. And I know one thing that they always, that one point they're always driving home to us is that you cannot record your residents or your clients. You cannot record them. You can't take pictures of them and put them on, and not, you really can't take pictures of them, but you can't put them on social media. This lady recorded this resident or client being combative towards her. And first of all, she didn't have a mask on. The lady spit on her. She didn't have, I'm like, my thought is, okay, where's your mask? She wasn't wearing her mask. She was wearing gloves, so I was glad to see that. But she didn't have her mask on. So my thought is, okay, where's your mask? That would have covered up your mouth and your nose. But I had a major issue with her recording this lady. It is a major HIPAA violation. A major HIPAA. I said, I put in the comment section, I said, that's a HIPAA violation right there. I said, I hope she gonna get in trouble. That is a federal law. You can go to prison for that. You cannot record your client or resident or take pictures of them and post them online. You can't do that. It is a federal crime. So the fact that this lady recorded this resident or client or whatever the situation was, that is a major HIPAA violation. She can get in a lot of trouble for that. She'd had no business doing that. Second of all, it was a bad example. I thought, I told Cynthia G in the comment section, I don't think this is a good example. She's kind of turning it into a race issue. Trying to prove the point that, this is how some white women can be. I told her in the comic section, I just thought that was very disturbing. Because, I love the elderly. I love elderly people. Matter of fact, I wish I could do a job where I could be like an advocate, because I can't do the physical care anymore. But I wish I had a job where I can be like an advocate for them, assess and be an advocate, kind of be their advocate, and kind of the ones that don't have an advocate, I can be an advocate to them. I wish I could kind of work with them in that aspect because I can't do the physical anymore. Because I love the elderly. And I just thought that was very disturbing for her to record this lady. Anyway, I'm going to tell you the rest of the point that I made to her in the comment section. This lady could be dealing with dementia. Okay. I said, this lady could have dementia. I worked with people that had dementia. When they have dementia, they have certain behaviors. And they can go back and forth. First, they can be nice and real nice. 1 minute, they're nice and sweet to you. Next minute, they might be crying. Next minute, they might be real combative and they might go to hitting you, or in her case, she spit at her. I think she did try to hit her. And I was looking at that and I was like, that looks like that lady has dementia. She showed another clip of her. She had some wine or champagne or whatever. It looks like she had something in a one of those champagne flutes or wine flutes or whatever, and she was up there dancing with the lady. So it was another clip of her dancing and having a good time with the lady, and then there was another clip of the lady being combative and spitting at her. So I said, it looks like to me that this lady has dementia, because people with dementia, they go back and forth. They get combative. 1 minute they're combative and everything, and they're cussing you out or whatever the situation according to that particular person's personality. The next minute they're all sweet and nice. They can be really sweet and nice to you. In the next minute they can be crying. See, because their mind is, it's like their mind cycles through a lot of memories and stuff, and it's, you have to Google it to really get the full definition. I might do a whole nother video talking about it, but it's typical for people with dementia to have behaviors. It's typical. It's normal for someone with dementia or Alzheimer's to have behaviors. And I just thought that it was very disturbing for this lady to record her like this. First of all, I don't know if she was in a home care, or if she was working in a care home. I don't know what the situation was. But she just didn't have, I just don't think that the lady had no right to record her. It is a major HIPAA violation. And I put in Cynthia G's comment section, I said, I don't think this is a good example of your narrative. Her narrative that she's trying to, Cynthia G's narrative is that, certain white women act certain ways, that's her narrative, and, I'm not going to tell nobody how to run their channel, but I said, I don't think this is a good example. I really did not think that was a good example to fit her narrative. She's using that video to fit her narrative of what she's trying to talk about. And she's trying to make this into a race issue. It's not a race issue. Dementia is not a race issue. Dementia is something that affects people of all races. Black people get it. I have a friend right now, my mechanic friend. I mentioned him on here a while back. My mechanic friend he has dementia right now, and he has dementia, Alzheimer's. It's breaking my heart. And dementia is something that it's not a race thing. All races of people go through it. Black people, white people, and when they do go through it, it's certain behaviors that they exhibit. It is normal for someone that has dementia or Alzheimer's. Everybody can't work with people that have dementia and Alzheimer's. They have whole facilities dedicated to people that have dementia and Alzheimer's. It's called memory care facilities. We got one here in my city. Maybe it might be one or two of them. Okay. So I just thought that was so wrong on all levels for her to do that. And I didn't even want to put it on the show you the video, because I'm afraid I might get in trouble for showing you the video, because that's a HIPAA violation. I'm like, I put in her comment section, said she can get in trouble for that. You're not supposed to record that's a no-no. You can't take pictures of them. You can't even take pictures of where you at, because I know this facility I worked at, they was telling us to don't be taking no selfies. Don't take no selfies in the residents' rooms, and because that's what some of them were doing. You can't take no selfies in their rooms or nothing like that. It's a HIPAA violation. You can't, I don't care how much you love them, you can't take a picture with them and put it on social media. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't talk about your what's going on with your residents or your clients. You can't discuss it. You can't, it's a whole lot of stuff that you can't do. Okay. And so I just thought that was very, very disturbing, that she would that lady would post that on social media. It's a violation of that elderly lady's rights. It is not a race issue. Dementia is not a race issue. Alzheimer's and dementia is not a race issue. Everybody of all races go through it. And when they go through it, there's certain behaviors that they exhibit. I worked with people with dementia. One minute they're nice and sweet to you. Next minute they might be crying. Next minute they might be going off on you, wanting to hit you. And yeah, some of them, sometimes they may want to spit at you. But you have to be patient. You can't be, some people, the other people in the comment section say, "I'd knock her out." No, you can't do that, because they're not cognizant of what they're doing. You can't take it personal. It's not a personal attack against you. It's the condition. It's their condition of what they're going through. That's what they're going through. I just thought that was wrong on so many levels. I wasn't okay with that. And I told her that was a bad example. She turned it into a race issue to fit her narrative. I don't have anything against Cynthia G, but I just thought that particular video, it was just a bad, it's not good. So I just wanted to get that across. I may do another video educating you guys on dementia. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button, share button, and the like button. And until the next video, peace and love. This is Sweet June.